What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Inter Miami HQ, your #1 source for everything related to the pink and black. We are witnessing history right now, and I'm not just saying that for the clicks. Look at the scoreboard and the record books because they don't lie. We are deep into 2026, and the Messi Effect hasn't just stayed consistent. It has evolved into something legendary that defies the laws of sports science. Can we talk about those numbers for a second? 80 goals in 91 games since he stepped foot in South Florida. It's absolutely insane to think that at this stage of his career, Leo is still redefining what it means to be a dominant force on the pitch. But while we're all basking in the glow of the GOAT, there's a massive storm brewing behind the scenes at Chase Stadium. Rumors are swirling, and the air in Miami is thick with more than just humidity today. There is a mystery man, a new elite transfer target that has the front office working overtime. We aren't just talking about a bench warmer or a developmental prospect. We're talking about a move that signals Inter Miami isn't just looking to win the MLS Cup again, but to officially become the center of the footballing universe. The whispers are getting louder, and if these reports are true, the league is about to be flipped upside down once more by David Beckham and the Maz brothers. Alright, let's get into the meat of these rumors, because my inbox has been blowing up with supposed leaks from the training ground. According to several internal sources close to the club, Inter Miami is currently in advanced negotiations to bring in a world-class talent that no one saw coming this late in the cycle. These leaks suggest that the player in question has already been spotted house hunting in Coral Gables, and the deal is reportedly in the final signatures phase. When you look at this player's history, it's a resume filled with European trophies and high-stakes international drama. This isn't just a random signing, this is a tactical masterstroke. We are talking about a veteran who has navigated the toughest Champions League nights and held their own against the fastest attackers in the world. Whether it's the tactical discipline they learned under top-tier managers or their uncanny ability to read the game 3 steps ahead of everyone else, this individual brings a DNA of winning that perfectly complements the current locker room culture. The history of this player shows a trend of elevating every single teammate around them, often acting as the engine room or the defensive anchor that allows the creative geniuses to roam free. If these internal reports hold water, the official announcement could drop any minute, making this the most high-profile mid-season move in the history of the North American game. Now let's break down the X's and O's, because this is where it gets really exciting for the tactical nerds out there. Imagine this new addition slotting into a lineup that already features the telepathic connection of Lionel Messi and Luis Suárez, with the relentless energy of Rodrigo De Paul covering every blade of grass. How does a defense even begin to prepare for that? If the rumors are right, this new signing will provide the structural integrity that allows De Paul to be even more aggressive in his ball-winning roles, essentially creating a fortress in the midfield. When you compare this potential squad to the MLS legends of the past, like the Galaxy's Galacticos era with Beckham and Keane, or the dominant DC United teams of the late 90s, there is simply no comparison. We are looking at a level of technical proficiency that this league has never seen. This player doesn't just fit the system, they complete the puzzle. They provide the emotional leadership and the tactical grit that balances out the sheer flair of the Barca Miami core. It's about creating a symbiosis where Messi doesn't have to drop deep to hunt for the ball anymore because he knows the service coming from behind him is world-class. This isn't just about names on a jersey. It's about a calculated synergy designed to dismantle any high-press system in the world, making Inter Miami a nightmare for any opponent, regardless of the competition. The atmosphere in Vice City is absolutely electric right now, and you can feel the shift in the streets from Little Havana to Wynwood. The fans are calling this the golden era of Miami sports, and the confidence is bordering on arrogance. But can you blame them? The conversation in the local pubs and across social media is no longer about whether Inter Miami will win, but by how many goals they'll win. When you compare the power dynamic here to our biggest rivals, like LAFC or the Columbus Crew, the gap is starting to look like a canyon. LAFC has always prided themselves on being the cool, star-studded club of the West, and Columbus has that gritty, tactical consistency, but neither can match the sheer gravitational pull of what's happening in South Florida. Miami has become the Yankees of soccer, a destination where the world's best want to spend their final peak years. The rivalries are becoming one-sided because the sheer depth of this roster is starting to feel unfair to the rest of the league. Supporters from other clubs are crying salary cap and favoritism, but the reality is that Miami has cracked the code of global branding. We are seeing a shift where the MLS isn't just a retirement home. It's a legitimate powerhouse league led by a flagship franchise that refuses to settle for anything less than total global domination. So here we are at the crossroads of destiny. If this deal goes through and Messi continues this inhuman run of 80 goals and counting, we aren't just looking at the best team in the US. We are looking at a historical anomaly that people will talk about for the next 50 years. This is the moment where Inter Miami transcends the sport and becomes a cultural phenomenon that rivals the greatest dynasties in any professional league. You do not want to miss a single second of this journey because things are moving fast, and we will be here to cover every goal, every transfer, and every trophy. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and get the inside scoop before anyone else, you need to hit that subscribe button right now and turn on those notifications. We are building the biggest community of Inter Miami fans on the planet, and we want you with us. Before you head out, I have a massive question for the comments section today, and I want you to be honest. With this current roster and the new additions, is this officially the greatest squad in the history of club football? Or does the lack of a European pedigree still hold them back? Let us know what you think, and as always, let's go Miami.